Katrina Ponce Enrile grew up in a household defined by law, public service, and the intense scrutiny that accompanies political life. As the only daughter of Juan Ponce Enrile, she experienced a childhood framed by discipline, high expectations, and an awareness of national affairs that most children do not encounter. Her upbringing emphasized education, discretion, and a sense of duty, and those early lessons shaped the way she chose to move through the world as an adult. Rather than seeking the limelight, she developed a preference for steady stewardship, learning to balance respect for family legacy with a desire for personal privacy and professional competence. Early life. Katrina's formative years were spent observing the rhythms of a family that navigated both privilege and controversy, and she absorbed lessons about resilience and reputation from an early age. She pursued studies that prepared her for leadership in business and management, focusing on practical skills that would allow her to contribute meaningfully to family enterprises and community initiatives. Her education and early professional choices reflected a deliberate decision to build competence outside electoral politics, choosing corporate governance and operational leadership as the arenas where she could make a lasting impact. Those choices allowed her to cultivate a reputation for calm, strategic thinking, and for handling complex responsibilities without courting public drama. Career. Katrina established herself in the private sector, taking on executive roles within family-owned companies and related ventures, where she focused on operations, strategy, and long-term growth. She became associated with diversified business interests that included food production, logistics, real estate, and hospitality, and she worked to modernize operations and strengthen corporate governance across those holdings. Her leadership style emphasized steady expansion, risk management, and the cultivation of professional teams, and she was often described by colleagues as pragmatic, detail-oriented, and quietly effective. Although she did not pursue elective office, her influence was felt in boardrooms and industry circles where her decisions helped shape the trajectory of family enterprises and their contributions to local economies. Personal life. Katrina has maintained a private personal life, prioritizing family, faith, and a measured public presence over celebrity or political ambition. She is known for loyalty to family and for a demeanor that blends warmth with discretion, and she has often been the family spokesperson during sensitive moments. In the later years of her father's life, she stepped forward to provide updates and to correct misinformation, doing so with a tone that balanced transparency and respect for privacy. Her role during those final months demonstrated a capacity for emotional steadiness and public communication that many observers found reassuring amid national attention. Lifestyle. Katrina's lifestyle reflects the responsibilities of a senior executive and the privileges that come with long-standing family enterprises. Yet she keeps a low public profile and avoids ostentation. She divides her time between business duties, family commitments, and selective philanthropic or community engagements, and she prefers controlled, purposeful public appearances to constant media exposure. Her home life and social calendar are described as comfortable and private, oriented around family gatherings, cultural traditions, and the practical demands of running and overseeing corporate interests. This approach to lifestyle underscores a consistent theme in her life, which is stewardship rather than spectacle. Net worth. There is no single authoritative public figure for Katrina's personal net worth, because her financial standing is closely tied to stakes in family businesses, property holdings, and corporate roles rather than a disclosed personal portfolio. Public records and business directories list executive positions and board memberships, but they do not publish a verified net worth figure, and any numeric estimates circulating online should be treated as speculative. What can be said with confidence is that her economic position is substantial, reflecting decades of accumulated assets and diversified investments under family stewardship, and that her financial influence derives more from collective holdings and operational control than from a single liquid fortune. Tribute to her father. When Juan Ponce Enrile fell critically ill and later passed away, Katrina became the family's voice, offering a tribute that emphasized service, dignity, and the human side of public life. Her public message acknowledged the complexity of her father's legacy while centering the personal truths of their relationship. And she asked for compassion and reflection from a nation that had long debated his actions. The tribute she delivered was measured and heartfelt, reminding listeners that behind political narratives there are family bonds and private grief, and it invited the public to consider history with nuance rather than simple judgment. In that moment, Katrina's words served both as farewell and as an appeal for collective memory to hold space for the full humanity of a man who had been both celebrated and condemned. Legacy and public perception. Katrina's stewardship of family memory and assets positions her as a custodian of a complicated legacy, one that includes legal brilliance, political controversy, and decades of public service and debate. Her public posture has been to encourage balanced reflection, acknowledging achievements while not minimizing the controversies that shape public opinion, and she has urged the public to consider historical context when evaluating her father's life. Through her actions and statements, she has sought to preserve dignity for her family while also recognizing the broader national conversations that his life inspired. This balancing act has defined her public role and has shaped how many observers now remember both her father and the family that supported him. Public role going forward. As the family moves forward, Katrina is likely to continue in a role that blends corporate leadership with careful public engagement, preserving assets and memories while contributing to community and philanthropic efforts. Her experience managing complex enterprises and navigating media attention equips her to act as a stabilizing presence for the family and for business interests that span generations. Whether she chooses to increase her public visibility or to remain a discreet steward, her influence will continue to be felt in the decisions that shape the family's economic and social footprint. Her approach suggests a long-term commitment to responsible management and to ensuring that the family's contributions endure beyond headlines. Katrina Ponce Enrile's life is a study in quiet leadership, familial loyalty, and the responsibilities that come with stewarding a contested legacy. She has chosen to lead through action rather than rhetoric, to protect family dignity while engaging with public history, and to manage wealth and memory with discretion and care. Her tribute to her father captured the essence of that approach, asking the nation to remember a complex life with both honesty and compassion. In the years ahead, Katrina's role as business leader and keeper of memory will continue to shape how a chapter of national history is preserved and understood.